So number 11 then from the 2016 Higher Maths Paper 1. First part just for 2 marks. There's that question there that can be done in all sorts of different ways. Find the coordinates of a point which divides a line in a given ratio. Now there's only 2 marks for this. So I'm not going to launch into that nonsense that I've seen sometime where you've been AB to BC is this to this, and then it goes on all the way down the page. In fact, you look at the marking scheme, there's only 2 marks. 1, how far along that line is the point? And quite simply, the line's AC, it says the point B divides in the ratio of 1 to 2. So it's here, 1 part, 2 parts. And the first part of the marking scheme says you'll get 1 mark for realising that this point B is 1 out of the 3, is 1/3 of the way along. And the second mark is simply for stating these coordinates, which you could do just by saying B is 1/3 of the way along. So the x coordinate will be 1/3 of the way from 1 to 4. The y coordinate will be 1/3 of the way from 3 to -3. The z coordinate will be 1/3 of the way from -2 to 4. So you could just state straight away. You could say that AB equals 1/3 of AC, and that would get you your first mark. And then according to the marking scheme, you could then just state B. In fact, in the marking scheme it says if you state the coordinates without any working at all, you'll get 2 out of 2. So, but you could work it out this way. 1 to 4, that's 3 steps, so that means it's 1 step more than that, that's 2. 3 to -3 is 6 steps back, 1/3 of that is 2 steps back, 2 steps back from that is 1. -2 to 4 is 6 steps forward, 1/3 of that is 2 steps forward from there is 0. And if you wrote that down, that would get you the 2 marks. But you're probably better setting it out, just so you're not doing too much arithmetic in your head. Certainly not setting out that big, long method, simply by saying, how do you get to the point B? What the position of vector B? Well, I'll go to A, because I know where A is, and I'll go from A to C, but only 1/3 of the way from A to C, so 1/3 of AC. And of course, stating the third in there would save you having to state it up here, because there's the fraction there, 1/3. So that would be 1, 3, -2, plus 1/3 of, now what's AC? Of course that's just what you did when you said, well, 1 to 4 is 3. There's no reason why you can't just do that. From 1 to 4 is 3 forward, from 3 to -3 is 6 backwards, and from -2 to 4 is 6 forward. However, if you wish, you can spell it out at the side. It just takes a bit more time. So you've got 4, -3, 4, take away 1, 3, -2. So that'll be 3, -6, 6. You can do that anyway. And then in one go, 1 plus 1/3 of 3, 1 plus 1 is 2. 3 but minus the 2 is 1. And -2 plus a 2 is 0. But don't leave it like that or you'd lose a mark. As for the coordinates, so write them sideways. Now again, that's just the second mark. First mark was for this third here, which you could have stated separately. And the second mark is just for getting the final coordinate, no matter which pathway you took to it. Now, there's an awful lot of marks for part B. It's got KAC is a vector of magnitude 1. What's the value of K? Now there's 3 marks for this. Well, if I did it this way, by stating explicitly AC, that's one of the marks from this. So I've already got my first mark. I'll just put it over here. Now that obviously has got a magnitude more than 1, so I'll find the magnitude of AC. Magnitude of AC will be, that's just the Pythagoras in those 3 numbers. So it'll be the 3 squared, the -6 squared, and the 6 squared. That's 9 and 36 and 36. 72, 81, square root of 81 is 9. That gets you a mark. The magnitude of AC is 9. So if it says K times the magnitude of AC should equal 1, that means K times 9 should equal 1, since the magnitude of AC is 9, which means K equals a 9th. And that's the third mark. Of course, this question was equivalent to saying, find a unit vector parallel to AC. And that unit vector would be 1/9 of this vector.